The quieter you become, the more you can hear. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So what are we looking at tonight? Well, today, with these crazy cryptocurrency markets, Bitcoin's over 7,300, up to 7,400 last night. First time we've seen Bitcoin over $7,000 since, the virus has happened and everyone's been on lockdown, trying to figure out whether or not this is going to be the end of the world. And all of this quantitative easing is going to be the butterfly that flaps its wings, setting off the economic disaster that everyone in Bitcoin has been hoping for, so that the price of Bitcoin can rise to an all-time high fiat price to trade down to a falling currency. But at the same time, people are also speculating whether or not Bitcoin may be too early in its infancy and not really going to end up the world reserve currency that we all kind of really are crossing our fingers and hoping that it will be. Time tells with all these things. I know that as I've been here for 3 years, along with my beautiful, lovely Sammy.
Good morning, everyone.
Threw you in there, huh?
I did. Yeah, but distractions.
Distractions.
I know. I was like, oh, you're going. No, it's me.
So we've been in Bitcoin for 3 years, and every time we've been here, we've seen all this stuff thrown at Bitcoin, right? Trying to knock it to the ground, put it under the table, say that Bitcoin was dead, right? How many times have we heard that?
Oh, just a couple thousand.
Well, 7,300 right now. Knocked down from what? 20, from 14, up from the threes. It's hard to give people hope, right? But at the same time, yeah, how can you be disappointed? It's that finite gray area of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's just not making anyone rich like they were kind of hoping and expecting it would.
Instantly rich. But
yes. The green-eyed monster of green is strong with the cryptocurrency friends.
Oh, we got people.
We have people hanging out. That is amazing. I would love to hear from you guys. Comment in the chat. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you got going on. I had a little bit of news to go ahead and set things off as a conversational piece. But as always, we're about the awareness and adoptions. No one's trying to make any money around here. We're completely not-for-profit organization. So everything that's raised for the channel goes back to spreading Bitcoin awareness.
Somehow or another, man, it's going into Bitcoin and people are learning about it. Or you're going to be, like how we've gotten cameras so you can see us better or hear us better. All right. So Silent Lamb is here.
Silent Lamb, buddy. Thanks for coming out here and joining us, because 3 makes a party and I'm not a crazy guy in the woods.
He says he's at work, but screw it. Let's do it live.
Hey, if you're at work, you're very lucky, my friend. I mean, as we're seeing 10 million Americans out of a job, as I personally am being affected during the state of lockdown.
Like he could be one of the, sadly, we do manual things, so that's not a in the household kind of. You can't.
That's a trend of the poor people,
Sadly,
manual labor.
I like manual labor.
It's rewarding.
Paul Rillo is here. He says hello. UK Bitcoin
Paul
Master.
Rillo.
He's here. Hi,
Ryan, I'm glad that you could join us. I seen your tweet asking where we were. Things just get away from me, I guess. We tried to get out here the other day in the rain. It rained most of the morning, even though I had a show ready.
We had a customer on the first day we could have. We had to go do them, and it was super hot when we got back. So, yeah. Although, not good excuses.
No,
we know.
There's no such thing as a good excuse. I know, because that was the longest time that we've ever been off air without being forced by YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
4
we were
days.
Getting all
I know. I feel like I dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah.
I do apologize.
Oh, John from Malibu is here. Andy Anderson is here.
Man, we got a party going today.
I know. Silent Lamb, Paul Rillo, UK. All of our favorites.
Well, Samantha, you better start whipping up tacos for Taco Tuesday and margaritas.
Ooh, taco.
Well, we're all on quarantine and lockdown, so why not have tacos and margaritas?
Oh, do that whole virtual happy hour crap. Yeah. Come on, we'll all meet at the canteen.
So I did write down 3 things. Everybody is talking about this red wedding, right? We heard crypto and whoever that guy was that was on with him last night.
Crap. I was remembering his name and now I forgot it. The dude with the goatee.
I didn't really like the guy very much. I didn't like the episode very much. I think I tuned in for like 15 minutes and then kind of shut it off. But
he had a little bit of a douchebaggy feel, but
this ideal of suing the Asian invasion pretty much.
Oh, I know.
For selling securities. We knew that things like this were coming. I
Mhm.
mean, whether or not it turns out to be some sort of a good lawsuit, whether or not it puts, some guidelines in place for how companies can act and interact in the future. Trivial nonsense to me, right? Because we're talking about Bitcoin, we're talking about decentralization, we're talking about the revolution. I mean,
And we're talking about suing people.
Right. All coins are great, they're going to have their place out here, but the ideal of suing this company because they manipulated investors,
like 10 companies. Okay. Not just, I mean, when they were reading the list, it was like, oh my okay, so no, yep, okay, and yep, and bit, okay, yeah, so how many?
I mean, it's just that the learning curve of life is very fast and hard, right? And the cryptocurrency market, since it's hard sound money, operates in the same way. It is a hard, fast learning curve. And if you are taken in by the flashing lights and the promises and the guarantees, and you avoid and ignore all the red flags and the advice of the seasoned veterans that are here, you get what you get.
Listen, I look at it like, do you get to sue your first, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband? No, you don't. Right?
Are you sure? A lot of people sue their first wife. Well, their first wife sue
wives.
them.
Let's go with literally the first, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is. So you get to sue them? No. You just get to go back and, man, Tommy was a dick. That, that's what happens. You don't get to do more.
Yeah, but you never love like you did the first love. So you never invest like you do in the first scam.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Oh. Do we got any more in the chat? Anybody got anything going on before we move into the second topic here that we, everyone's kind of talking about as well? I do have a third one, which is a little bit of today's.
Oh. So Lab says, don't be slack, fam. Slam the like buttons.
Yes, of course, hitting the thumbs up, sharing this video out. It makes YouTube like our algorithm a little bit better. We know that YouTube's not on our side. We've seen the crypto YouTube purge going on. We've seen them turning off the notification bell. We've seen them unsubscribing.
People. That was the other thing that, okay, so Douchebag and Omar, they were talking about how, I mean, it's kind of scary, but I mean, it is everybody. Yes. People will be like, I didn't get your notification. I somehow unsubscribed to you and didn't even mean to.
Yeah, we've heard that quite a bit over the years.
Yes.
It's part of a centralized system. It's the same thing. Any sort of a centralized system where you give someone else control. What you're doing is you're saying, take care of me. Right? And when you're giving someone else a control and saying, taking care of me, you don't get to turn around and say, no, mommy, no, daddy, that's not really what I wanted, because you gave them the power to tell you what's best.
Yes. TD's here. He says, good morning. Hi. Nice. Haven't seen you in forever, bro.
Right. I'm glad that you can make it. Please hit the thumbs up. It really helps out the video. The view count has been kind of lacking. Cryptocurrency space is not quite what it was at the exact moment because of the slide backwards. We are climbing again, though. I mean, seeing Bitcoin on the other side of $7,000. I know we're seeing the markets up too as well. Everyone likes to point to this halvening, right? And then they like to talk about how, Bitcoins are produced every 10 minutes. And that means we have to have a constant influx of money into the space because miners are pretty much dumping half to all of their Bitcoin to be able to stay profitable, especially when the prices are low like this. And, the fact that the price isn't constantly going down and the influx of money shows the resiliency. Once again, Eugene Forrest back here just keeps coming back to adoption and awareness. And the run up to $20,000 incited a lot of people to start being like, hey, what is this Bitcoin? Is it really magical internet money? A lot of people were burned. They walked away from it, but they did get a little bit of education. We did see it start pumping into mainstream media, like we see all the time now on TV, the reference of Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
It may not be in the positive light, but things will change. Right? As this quantitative easing takes effect in 2 months, in 6 months, in a year from now, everyone's starting to question, well, if they can just print this, why am I working so hard for it?
Yep.
Why don't I have enough? Why am I paying taxes? Why is this the way it is if all of a sudden they can start mailing out $1,200 checks?
Why can't they give me universal income always, forevers? Yeah.
So now that you have a younger generation, Gen Zero, starting to question these things, I am personally feeling like this is the spark. This is the fire that sets off for the generation that is not born to be 100% invested in a decentralized currency so that nobody has power over them. They just have
moment.
They just have to pick up the responsibility of the monetary sovereignty of taking care of their money.
Well, I mean, listen, we know everybody that we talk to and people we don't even talk to and people that are just on Facebooks and on, Twitter and whatever. That is their end goal here, is that they are freaking out and they just keep going, no, the government said that they're gonna take care of them. Well, when this goes to shit, that will,
yes,
they can't do it as long and as much as they want for as many people as they're saying. Like, people are gonna get screwed.
Right. At some point, the curtain will be pulled back. And you will see that it is a man back there, and that it is not the magical wizard, and that this money can't print forever. Hyperinflation will take effect, banks will fall, and you won't have all that stuff that you thought you had.
I mean, that's why so many cryptos people were talking about the Virginia bank falling. Okay, that is the very first, but hello, what happens when half of our banking system is closed down and has fallen?
Right.
All of the small, in the state banks or just in the areas.
Ivan's show today where he was talking about, it's about the fact that the banks are about to take on a lot of bad credit.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, we've said before, we got a letter in the mail, and it was just a quick little reference letter. It didn't say you had to pay. It just said, make sure you know that these are the valid options. How you can pay. So these people want their money.
Yeah.
Everybody wants their money. Nobody wants to say, hey, just because we didn't do anything for a month means you don't have to pay. And when you have to pay for doing nothing, like, this isn't going to work.
All right. So TD said the same thing, that, that's what happened with him, that he wasn't getting notified. See? Cool. I mean,
that's why I do try to post it to the Facebook and Twitter, so that there is an external
hopefully
source.
Somewhere in there, yes, you get it. That, hey, they did a show.
Right, because I know Facebook's a little better about pushing notifications, but I mean, Facebook's Facebook.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know there's all the decentralized media sources, but just like you hear from everyone else, there's not enough people. The views aren't there. And really, I mean, in the beginning, I'm about trying to spread awareness and adoption and education. No one wants to use a free help desk that's posted on the internet if you don't know who the guy is on the other end who's saying that they're going to help you with Bitcoin for free.
That is very true.
I mean, that's a big red flag to me.
You don't want to be the person who just lets a stranger do that.
The YouTube channel. The YouTube channel was to help the help desk so that you know who I am. You know my values. You knows what I'm saying. You know that there's some integrity here and that Eugene wants to help the decentralized future and fights for the revolution. Right? That Eugene's not here trying to promote BitConnects or whatever the next scam is, or taking on sponsors or anything like that, trying to make money.
I know. I don't even know. We're not sellers. Like, I don't even know. I mean, if we tried to do a sponsored show, that would sound super horribly infomercially awesome. I mean, I don't know.
Just sometimes when I watch these other YouTubers and they keep saying, oh, well, we have to get paid. We have to make money. And it's like, what are you talking about?
We've never made money on this.
It's like making money off YouTube.
Maybe we're doing it wrong. Okay. Because, we've never made enough of anything. There was no every month we could pay bills off of this.
I mean, this is something, going out and trying to spread the word of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, YouTube, Reddit, wherever, Twitter. You do it because you're fighting for the revolution. Bitcoin has no marketing department, so you take it on yourself to be a marketer, to show and share the good word of Bitcoin and how it's going to change the future. Because unless we do this, corporations will take over. We'll have a digital dollar. We'll all be slaves. Our children will be slaves. Our grandchildren will be slaves, right? Because really the 1% wants to keep the 1%.
I want to be a pet. I mean, if those are the only two options, pet, please. JT Irby is here.
JT, buddy. I'm glad that you can make it.
Capo Naya Shelley.
Nice,
he says good morning. Good morning.
Nice,
Hello.
good morning. I'm glad that you guys can make it.
Oh, Beaky.
Excited.
Beaky's just happy. There's people. All right.
Anything else going on in the chat? All right, so I got one more piece of news in order to cover. We got some crazy stuff going on at Coinbase Pro. Looks like we had about 42,000 Bitcoin that were sold for 18 cents. Well, at least it looks that way. A lot of people are hoping that it was an error or some sort of an overload on the system, but we're not seeing any word back from Coinbase and saying exactly what happened. But there is a candle, there is a stick. It was posted on Twitter. I seen it myself. So if it went through, I would love to be that guy.
Right.
I mean, we've seen flash crashes. You know, I think that's one of the things that they're using in the Red Wedding lawsuit is that they're manipulating the markets to have those flash crashes to liquidate peoples with the leverage, you know, and the fact that they offer that 100x leverage, which is ridiculous.
And, I mean, whatever. Okay. You can't have both, okay? Like, it's all or nothing. It has to be you or someone else. There's not, you don't get a piece. I love it. I love it that there's still, everybody just, I mean, cat in the box in it all the way to the end.
Well, I mean, the problem is that, well, it's not the problem. It's the greatness of all of it, is that cryptocurrency gives you the freedom to do whatever you want. Unfortunately, that it seems like the people that are in it at first and trying to figure out and do what they want are a lot of the scammers, right? When really what we kind of need here are a lot of the long-term thinkers, the people that want to change the financial future, the people that want a better sound money in a digital future and not this government-supported fiat that's printed at times of need and used against the population to motivate them to keep the country producing.
I just remember when I was like passing through and you were watching some documentary on something and I was like, what's quantitative easing? And you were just like, oh, it's just when they print more money. And I was like, that doesn't make me think that at all. Okay. But that's the point. Okay. So TD says that he really feels like people are starting to wake up. All of the uncertainty has got people starting to think about things differently, at least from what he's seeing personally. I know that there is a lot of people that are freaking out. At this point, I know a lot of the people that I've talked to are thinking, oh, the government is going to make it okay.
Yes.
As soon as they don't, that will be the rabbit hole.
Right. As soon as the government doesn't hand over the money for these people to hand to their bill collectors, the bill collectors will have to handle the debt, which will then fall back to the bank, which will then create the problem.
Which will then collapse the system.
I mean, and unfortunately, I hope that we don't see a bunch of people going without electricity and going without food and going without, shelter, right? Going without the necessities. Because the government isn't capable of handing out that kind of money to everybody. Because now we're also starting to hear that there is, they're supposed to be putting, $1,200 in everybody's account, not really enough to fix everything. First, they had said there might be a second round. Now they're talking about not a second round, taking a lot longer, hearing random dates everywhere.
Clue.
And now it seems like only if you are a participating member of the system do you get some. So, I mean, it's not like the people that are illegal immigrants that don't have jobs and
that have never had a job for whatever reason,
or worked under the table, or the homeless. They're not going to receive this money to help
or
them.
It's going to be super extra hard.
Right.
Yeah.
And a long time from now.
When I'm sure, oh, wait, all the money's gone. Oh, darn, we just, right? There you go. JCRB says that was me for the transaction. Bro, not funny.
I'll take one. I mean, just call it an investment in the future of Bitcoin and coffee. We will see what we can do with that. I mean, we'd really have a great Wakaan spreading the message out there. I mean,
biggest RV ever.
I mean, we're already making big plans of trying to secure an RV spot. Rent an RV, bring a booth, print brochures, have some swag, and we're going to be there hopefully for the pre-party and the entire event. And we want to film as much as possible. If not, try to rig a live stream from on top of the mountain. We have donation addresses below for that we're thinking of a carbon offset situation because everybody can't get out there. But what we really want is we want your help. Right? Help is
ideas.
More ideals are great, especially some work on the brochure. Coming out to the event with us. We're trying to see if we can't drag our good friend Josh along with us. if we drive across the country, we could pick you up.
Yep.
We could possibly even help pitch in on a ticket. They're not even for sale yet. Looking like next month is when the tickets will go on sale.
Hopefully.
So we'd love your help, right? We'd love to get involved. Bitcoin can't do it by itself. This is going to be the problem when we see the money falling apart. Is Bitcoin there to take the place? Do enough people know about it? We got to get out there. Now is the time to start spreading the word to everyone.
Oh, the public awakening is here. Hi.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Glad I caught you. Bitcoin Master says, think 2024. Strong hands.
I don't want to keep putting dates on it because it was disappointing to listen to Adam Meister for the last 5 years, which I am very upset that his channel is gone.
Oh my God, that's so
he is
stupid.
still on YouTube. He is still producing all of his content. If you don't have a link, if you haven't followed, get with me. I'll send it over to you. Where was I before that? You said Adam and it threw me off. I am mad about that. It really bothers me.
It does. I mean, okay, fine. Yes, doesn't matter. You should be allowed. And this goes back to the whole red. I mean, literally, are we allowed to say what we want on YouTube or are we not? Because we're not.
Obviously,
hello,
we're not.
We're not.
So freedom of speech, no.
I mean, no. And then everybody for some reason thinks that, no, they will shut you down. Okay, they will shut you down. Oh, okay. JT Irby says still waiting for my extra 600 on federal unemployment top off. Can't they just send BTC? Right? We know they have it. We know that they have a stockpile. Just break it up. Is there a box you can check?
I will take Bitcoin.
I will take cryptocurrency, please. I know you have a few of them. Whichever one. I will even take Ripple, bro. Okay, whatever. Just give me something better than this. Okay, where are we at? Oh, it was the 2024. You were talking about your year.
Days.
Yeah,
that we listened to Adam say,
it's just like all of
because
them.
We came in at the one happening,
yes.
Right? And then he was saying this happening, and now he's saying the next happening. And it's like, I hate pushing the goalpost, right? Because that's what it feels like you're doing. And it's more that I like to think about it that the revolution. Who knows when the war's over? But will know. Right. You will know, but there's a lot of battles. Sometimes we'll be successful. Sometimes we won't be. Sometimes we'll have to hide in the trenches for a couple months and wait out the bombs and the gas. But sometimes we're going to charge the field.
Now, see, Annie Anderson is paying attention. He had you. He said setting dates. See? Yes. I love it when other people can follow your non-train of thought. Oh, client says, hello, folks. Today I am very disappointed in my city. First ATM here. And, those robbed the bank people like everyone else does. Not the, what? Okay, so the first ATM and they got robbed in his city. Are you serious? The ATM, the bank, the whole shebangy, done, gone, cool. What? So that's awesome. Yeah. See, I don't know. That's the other part that's going to be kind of crappy is when everybody starts realizing how deep the rabbit hole is that, I mean, should we be selling the cryptocurrency Bibleness? No, please don't just go out and rob people. Buy some Bitcoin.
You mean like when people wake up and it's not about living in this mental construct that society has built for us, but it comes a matter of things I can do and things I can't do? I can come over and take your stuff.
Yeah, but you don't. Oh, don't. You gave it. Okay. Bitcoin Master says, yes, but YouTube did do a video stating they needed to pull staff out for the safety reasons. Yes, and genuine sites might go down due to the algorithm. Yeah, and not human interaction. Yes, we do. Like, I remember getting that and thinking, oh, crap, yeah, because nobody's going to be in the office.
But I mean, if we're going to go back to the fact that Adam was... I mean, I agree. I remember reading that as well. But if we're going to go with the fact that Adam was taken off air for talking about anti-social distancing, I mean... so the algorithms out there saying that you can't go anti-corona in any way, because if you do, then we got to eliminate you off the air because you'll be spreading a message that we don't want. Well, I mean, his message is valid. Not that I want to lose my channel or keep talking about it in any way, but everybody's allowed to think what they want.
But
You just don't get to
You
come
too.
over here and mess up what I got going on with your thinking.
I mean, and that is the beauty of the internet, and that is the beauty of what YouTube is supposed to be. You know what I mean? But that,
well, I mean, that's why we keep fighting for the decentralization. You know, someone's terrorist is someone else's freedom fighter.
oh, okay. So client says, irony, to make that clear, I waited more than 3 years for the ATM. Pretty angry, walked more than an hour to get there, and it was robbed. That's some shit, bro. like that's like cool, right? Like I've been waiting. My teeny tiny area is gonna get this awesome thing, and like first day, nope, somebody just had to go and screw it up for everybody.
Life is a constant challenge to see how you will react, because that is all you can actually control.
Okay, so they are some little client, yes. JT Irby was like, don't use, yes. We don't actually know what YouTube does and does not strike for, so no.
What?
Oh, because he swore in his little thingy.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know. Whatever.
I don't know, just like
happens,
everybody
happens.
says that if you keep saying the virus that they'll demonetize
Yes, but
you.
you've said it many times.
I say it almost every episode and they don't demonetize my videos.
So I don't know. But in the same aspect, we don't have titles with it in there or anything else. I mean, it is just Bitcoin and Coffee number 7500 or whatever.
I've been fighting them a while, so maybe they just gave up.
Andy Anderson goes, I hope cat videos go down. Me too, bro.
All right, so it sounds like that's about it. You guys got anything else you want to talk about Bitcoin related, or stay in place related, or anything you got going on? Because of course we care about you guys. You guys are our best friends. This is the real part of our lives. Not everybody gets to do what they love, as often as they want, like we do, right? Every time, all we got to do is go on live, and you guys come join us. We start talking about the things that really matter, and then we can go back and doing what we got to do in order to keep getting by.
The Public Awakening says the public is awakening. Yes.
It is true. I mean, I was talking with my son the other day, and even though he's only 18, this is causing their generation, definitely. I mean, they're in lockdown. They're not getting to live their life. He doesn't know what to do. Even if he can get a hold of his friends and stuff, they don't know what to do. They're losing out on graduation this year. They're looking at not having to get any kind of a summer. And this is all, I mean, he was thinking he was going to get a job and go buy a car. And, he was talking to me about if I'd be upset if he got a motorcycle instead of a car and things like this. It's not, none of this is real now. Now he just gets to sit indoors and play video games.
They're not even going to have any kind of a graduation. They're not going to have anything. Yeah. I mean, it's nothing. This is 2020 is turning out to be a pretty pathetic year.
And they had all the makings to be the best.
Yep. And I mean, it is what it is, but yes, you can only make the best of it. And
you get your medicine when you need it, not when you want.
I mean, I know that it seems like a lot of people are, decluttering their lives and doing things that seem like it should be beneficial. So maybe in the end, you'll do some, retro introspection because of quarantines and isolations and being scared of each other.
I hope self-reliance kicks in a little bit. As we see 10 million people about to start struggling, maybe on the post side of this, they'll realize that the only person really looking out for you is you. Feelings don't get you very far in a materialistic world.
That is true.
All right. Is there anything else over there in the chat, Samantha?
JT Irby says that he knows a lot of bad words. He just doesn't want us to go away. We don't want to go away either. Thank you.
We love hanging out with you guys. You guys go out there. You have a great day. You make the best of it. You stay optimistic. You take advantage of this time, because apparently the government's going to pay for you to stay home and hang out with your family and wash your hands. So why not enjoy it while you can enjoy it? Because tomorrow is promised to absolutely nobody. Make sure that hardware wallet's safe. Protect that Bitcoin, and let's all cross our fingers for a great future, you guys. Later.
Bye, guys. Wash your hands.